Well, hello there, guys. It is Jersey Girl, and welcome to the Cozy Niche. It is January the 10th of 2022, and I want to welcome you guys into the Cozy Niche. I am so excited about tonight because we are going to go ahead and continue on with our discussion in regards to clutter and trauma. Now, last week we did touch on it a bit, and I want to make sure that I'm interacting with you guys, and that way you guys are also seeing your comments pop up on the screen as well. Hey there, bestie Arnika. How you doing, darling? Thanks so much for tuning in. I surely do appreciate you. You guys make sure that you are saying hi to everyone else that is in the living room of the Cozy Niche. Of course, I am making sure that I am doing what? I'm making sure that I'm getting everything set and ready to go behind the scenes. Now, typically, y'all know I like to be able to have a little bit of fun behind the scenes too. Okay. And I definitely do like to also have some music that's also playing. But like last week, I am looking at some of the files that I already have. And in me looking at some of the files I already have, I'm like, where is my stuff at? Okay. It just seems to be that it wants to go MIA from time to time. I don't know why, but I'm really not about to put up with it being silly with me today, because what I will have it do is go ahead and do what? Restart. And why? Because you know what? Sometimes everything doesn't go the way that we think that it ought to go. And so while I'm talking, y'all, I'm pulling up my files that were already here a minute ago. Okay. And so I'm pulling them right back on up because I need to be able to show you guys the great stuff that we got going on tonight. Yes, tonight. So I'm pulling up all my files so you can go ahead and pull up because we're not about to have that foolishness. Okay. No, we are not. So I want to go ahead and show you guys the PowerPoint presentation that we are going to be working with tonight. Okay. Last week we did get a chance to talk a bit about our clutter and our trauma. Okay. So that's what you guys are seeing up on the screen as we speak. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go small and I'm going to make this thing big. Here we go. Okay. I'm hoping that you guys are able to see this really nice and clear. So last week we were talking about the missing link between clutter and trauma, and I dubbed it Declutter My Life Series Part 1. Okay. So before we kind of jump all into that, I want to be able to show you guys something else as well. Never mind me as I'm jumping all around over here, because I want to be able to make sure that I pull this up so that way you guys can see it without y'all seeing all the behind the scenes stuff, all this extra stuff that I'm clicking on. Okay. You guys don't need to see all the extra stuff I'm clicking on. I just want to make sure that I open it up so that way you guys can be able to see it. That's the fun part. Okay, so let's talk about some of the fun stuff that you can be able to find in Jersey Girl Cozy Niche, the store. So tonight there is a football game that is going on between Alabama and Georgia, and I want to be able to show you guys this a beauty right here. Okay, this little beauty right here, can you see it? This was a custom domino. Now I can't show you the back, but just know that this is black and red. Okay, and this is representing the Georgia dogs. So there's a client size customer that wanted to get their very own custom dominoes done. And so that's what your girl did. Sure did. Not only that, we've got some other new stuff that is popping up in JerseyGirlCozyNiche.com, the store where you can go and get your merch. Okay, are y'all checking out these little cuties? Yes. These are bookmarks, and you can actually get them personalized if you like. You can have a cute little saying or maybe your name. Okay, go down. Yes, and got the cute tassels that go on with it too. I also have these wonderful coasters. So not just your typical round, but baby, just in time for Black History Month. Africa. Why not? Yes, and I want to be able to show you guys. This is a full set that I did. Okay, now the case is free. I do not charge for the case. Okay, but I do want you to get an opportunity to see. And you can go ahead and check out these dominoes that were done. Okay, so so that was a blank. So if you don't know anything about dominoes, that's considered a blank. Okay. And then I got these. So these are done in the light blue and the red with the white. Okay. For this particular team. So again, the case is free. This is not being sold. The case is not sold. But you can be able to get the colors of your team or your organization, fraternity, sorority, company, business, what have you. Yes, Jersey Girls got you covered. Oh, Arnika said that she needs something for her Bible, these bookmarks. Yes, and they come with these tassels. Okay. Yeah, for now they come with these tassels, but as always, Jersey Girls always looking. I am always looking to go ahead and up the ante every single time. So although they start out this way, be prepared because there's more coming. Yes, for sure. Definitely more coming. Okay. So let's get into this week, shall we? What are we going to get into this week, Jersey Girl? Yeah. So what we got going on right now, guys, trauma and clutter. We talked about it last week. So let's go ahead and pull this up so then that way you guys can actually be able to see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Oh, I got real big. Did y'all see that? All right, I'm going to get out of full screen. But let me just go ahead and click on this guy right here. Okay, so let's go to slide number 2. We're going to hide Arnika's comment, and we're also going to go ahead and remove the tickler at the bottom because I don't want that to be a distraction to you all, for you guys to see, okay? So let me go ahead on over to my banners, and let's hide that. So cortisol. Cortisol is within the brain. So the brain with trauma is heightened. And there is a particular hormone that is released, a stress hormone release called cortisol. And when cortisol rises within the traumatic brain, there's more trauma that comes along with it. Okay. So this is, as you can see, the picture of the cortisol. Not only does the stress hormone cortisol elevated stress, you are also having a hard time to be able to sleep at night. So you end up with restless nights. And baby, that ain't fun for nobody. Then we also got an opportunity to talk about that merry-go-round, okay? How does cortisol actually affect your body? It's a merry-go-round effect, okay? And so this is why it is very important for us to be able to go ahead and talk about exactly how this goes. So when your cortisol levels are up, it affects your limbic system. Now, your limbic system regulates your emotions and your memory. That's what's affected. And it causes stress, which then elevates your cortisol levels beyond the normal level, which then in turn has an effect on your brain functions, your memory loss, you're disorganized, which then leads to more clutter. And then more cortisol being released into your system causes your stress levels to begin to skyrocket. And then when your stress levels are skyrocketing, then that triggers more trauma symptoms, which are invoked. And then it just goes into replay, y'all. Ugh, replay. I prefer not to have that loop going on all the time, personally. It would be good if we can be able to kind of stop that in its tracks. And this is what we are going to be talking about tonight. Okay. So last week I told you guys, as far as I could be able to go back and take a look at some stress things that happened to me early on in my life. Okay. Some points that I can be able to identify. I know that there are also some stress points, even as an adult, I can be able to identify as well. And so I don't want to keep going on that merry-go-round. I want to make sure that I'm sleeping well at night because it's important for our immune system to be at its optimum level. Yes, indeed. And the best way that can happen outside of us being eating healthy, okay, is also making sure we're drinking plenty of water and we're getting adequate amount of rest. But if your cortisol levels are extremely high and you're having restless nights, then that means you are not getting the sleep that your body needs, the rest that is needed in order for your cognitive skills to be operating at full capacity, people. So I don't mean to sound too preachy about things, but I definitely want to make sure that I'm hitting everything the way it needs to. Let's see. I see some love face. Oh, they're out here bombing with stuff. we're going to go ahead on and ignore them and keep on pushing on. How about that? Okay, so let's go ahead on back into our 4 steps to decluttering. So when we're taking a look at how we're going to be able to lower our cortisol levels in order to begin to unpack this cluttering, we're going to take a look at the 4 steps to do that. So number 1, reduce negative thoughts about yourself, eliminating limiting beliefs and gain/regain focus. Number 2, we want to improve our mindset. Number 3, we definitely want to manage our time. And number 4, kickstart your organization. I'm all about kickstarting the organization, y'all. Yes, I am. Y'all already know how I feel about organization. I'm like, everything has its place and everything in its place. Everything has a place and every place has a thing, or however you want to phrase it. I like it organized, okay? If I can get it color organized, baby, she would be living the dream, okay? But I kind of like to do things by height. Anyway, shortest to tallest, long sleeve, short sleeve, tank tops, whatever. I do like to have it organized. So that's what we are going to talk about tonight. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into how we are going to move along, lowering our stress and the feeling of being overwhelmed. So the number 1 was being able to use focused awareness techniques like meditation, prayer, breathing techniques, mindfulness. So, walk, run, exercise. Why is this kind of stuff actually important? The reason that it is important is because we do need to be able to step back and take a breather. So a lot of times when we are feeling overwhelmed, I don't know about you, but I tend to shut down. If I get overwhelmed, I tend to shut down. And I know my mom was telling me here recently, she was like, I keep hearing you say overwhelm, overwhelm, overwhelm. And she was like, the best way for you to be able to not do that is, to make sure that you step back and you set aside time, because if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's because you're trying to do everything yourself. You're trying to take on everything yourself and not hand that over. Everything isn't meant for you to carry. Look here, for this girl right here, I don't know about y'all, but I could definitely know about me, baby. I have a tendency to carry more than what I need to be carrying, and I shouldn't be doing that. Now, as you see me reaching, it is because I am making sure that I'm capturing everybody's comments as much as I possibly can. So, okay, here we go. There we go. So thanks so much for Joyette and Tyrone, who were also watching here, because I don't get a chance to see everybody that's popping up. And I want to make sure I'm capturing everybody. So you guys make sure that you are leaving your comments down in the comment section, so that way I can know that you're here, okay? And as I'm showcasing these different items that you can be able to purchase on Jersey Girl Cozy Niche, I want to let you guys know that I am going to be starting during the Jersey Girl Cozy Niche shows on Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, that I will actually be doing a drawing for some items or an item out of JerseyGirlCozyNiche.com, the store, just for you, okay? And it is my thank you for watching, for participating. You guys, I just really appreciate you guys supporting me in this, and it's absolutely wonderful. So thank you again and again, okay? All right. So let's go ahead and move back on over here. Debunk limiting beliefs about yourself and others. Read, interact with people who think differently than you. Now, why am I popping back in on this particular thing? Because I think a lot of times that we have negative thoughts about ourselves and about others if we don't take the time to sit down and listen to them. You say, well, don't judge me until you walked a mile in my shoes. I think that there is a level of compassion. That's what that's speaking to. Are you willing to sit down and be able to listen to and talk to and interact and engage, and I mean actively do it, someone who thinks differently than you? I feel strong enough in who I am that I don't have a problem with sitting down with people that may not necessarily share my same viewpoint, and I'm okay with it. You're entitled to your opinion and what you think and what you believe. just like I am. And I can be able to respect you where you are in regards to it. So sometimes we build up these walls, okay? We build up these walls because we think that we know someone or where they're coming from. But without taking the time to sit down and talk to them, do you really know them? Do they really know you? And so we can beat ourselves up with negative thoughts about ourselves and with others. And believe it or not, that takes a whole lot of energy and space up here that you could be devoting to something else, actually speaking more positive things about yourself and being able to encourage yourself and others. Reduce negative thoughts about yourself and focus on what you've accomplished. What have you accomplished? So don't allow the negative of where you're not at and what you're not, because we can get so caught up in social media and watching what everybody else is doing that we're trying to compare ourselves to what somebody else is doing. I ain't in competition with nobody but me. Okay. I am my competition. Okay. I don't need to compete with another YouTuber. I don't need to compete with somebody else on IG or somebody else on TikTok. My best competition is me. Okay. I want to do better than what I did yesterday, last week, last month, last year, or a couple years ago. I want to be further ahead, further along, actually, if I'm being totally honest. I want to be further along. So I don't want to put other people down that may not be where I'm at. Okay. I want to be able to lift them up because then that is giving off some other amazing endorphins within the brain. Yes, it is. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's talk about improving your mindset. Number one, you need to make a decision. Decide that you want a new mindset. Make that choice. It is life and death are before you. Which one you going to choose? You either want to go in a new direction or you're going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. Because the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, thinking it's going to yield different results. It's not, boo-boo. No, it's not. It's going to keep yielding you the same results. So you want something new, you're going to have to do something new. You're going to have to try new. Get outside of your comfort zone. You can do it. It may seem challenging and may be challenging and uncomfortable, just to be totally honest. But you know what? That's a good thing because life ain't about you being comfortable. Life ain't comfortable. Heck, life ain't even fair. Never mind comfortable. Life ain't even fair. Okay. So if you want to be able to get different results, you got to do different things, honey. Yes, you do. Get active. Why do you need to get active? Once you have made the decision that you are going to do it, it's time to go ahead and put that thing into action. Don't keep sitting back and saying, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I had somebody always said, I'm going to work out on Monday. And it was like Monday after Monday after Monday after Monday. It was like, okay, so what you going to change? If you're not going to change anything, then you're going to keep having what you have. So you make a decision and then you go ahead and you put that plan into action. Okay. And then obviously my favorite thing is to say, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yes, you need to do it. So get that action, stick to it and do it. Make that decision and that commitment to yourself that you made the decision that you're going to change, that you have a plan of action and that you're going to go ahead and commit to it. Why? Because you are worth it. You are worth being able to be better than you were yesterday. Even if yesterday was a good day, you could be better today. And if yesterday was not such a good day, that's okay. You got another opportunity to be able to get it right today. Yes, you do. Yes. And manage your time or it. Oh, it's going to manage you, baby. I'm going to share a little bit of personal information right here. Managing your time or it will manage you. Listen, I have been a victim of this here lately, and I'm trying to get back on track with managing my time. Okay. It is so very easy to get so caught up in this IG, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, social media world. That before you know it, it's been a couple hours that then went by with you doing this, with me doing this. And I'm like, dang, I got so much to do. But then I've wasted so much time. And then I'm under crunch. I'm not the type of chick that likes pressure like that. Like some people thrive under the gun. You know what I'm talking about? They are the ones that when it's time, it's crunch time, they do really good. Hey Karen, how you doing? Hey Amanda, hey cousin, how are you? Thank you guys for tuning in. They do really good under pressure. Like when that pressure is on, it's like, ooh, they hammer down and it's like they love it. It's like, ooh, it's go time. I ain't her. No, I'm not. I am not her, baby, not at all. I like to be able to plan things out. I like to be able to know what I'm getting into. I am a planner. And so when I don't have that organization, I feel miscombobulated. Anybody else know what I'm talking about? Do you feel miscombobulated when, things that you have going on don't necessarily, do well? Okay, let's go ahead and show this. This is Amanda. Amanda, she's my cousin. She says, I hate pressure, but I do work well under pressure. I'm a procrastinator, so happen a lot in the working world. Okay, cousin. Yeah. I totally hear you. And I have just recently here, my name is Yolanda, and I have recently become a procrastinator. I'm going to get better. See, this is a part of saying, I need to do better than I did yesterday and last week and last month. I'm my own competition. So I will do better. I will do better at setting my goals because I need to be able to have peace and I need to be able to have calm. But I can't have peace and calm if I have all this stuff all over the place. It doesn't work out well for me in the least bit. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. Kickstart your organizing. Yes, come on with the kickstart of the organizing. First of all, you need to pick an area you want to focus in on. Okay. Then determine what the goal is. Assemble the supplies. Set aside the time. Yes. Cousin Amanda said, first step is admitting your problem. Listen, it's a new year, so make it a resolution. Baby, look here. I'm going to have to make it a new day resolution because I don't even do the New Year's because I'm like, I got to set realistic goals. That was one of the things for Motivational Monday. Set some realistic goals. I'm going to set some realistic ones. Day by day is the way I'm going to do it, cousin. Because that's the only way I'm probably going to be able to make it work out as well as it need to, okay? So when we're talking about kickstarting your organizing, you need to be able to take inventory of what it is that you have. Number one, okay. What area do you want to focus in on? Are you going to focus in on your business? Are you going to focus in on your kids? Are you going to focus in on self-care? What area do you want to focus in on? Because it's in that area, you're going to go ahead and begin to what? Because we started already talking about this back in December, your vision board, the many different vision boards that you can have, electronic or hard copy. So you're going to go ahead and pick an area and then go ahead and begin to concentrate on that particular area. Okay. Determine the goal for that area. What is your goal for that particular area? Is it to, advance your business? Is it to go further in your business? Is it for you to be able to mend a broken relationship? Is it for you to be able to, complete a project that you've been working on? Then you need to assemble the supplies. What do you need in order to get everything done? So you're taking inventory, okay, knowing what it is that needs to be done. And you're going to pick that area to go ahead and say, okay, I got all this right now. Let me concentrate on this particular area. Okay. Then allow me to go ahead and assemble the supplies that I need in order to begin to get this thing lined up, packaged up pretty good. Okay. And then as we are assembling, we are going to set aside the time to do it. Now, when you got small kids, this right here is probably darn near impossible. Okay. It may seem like it's darn near impossible, but let me go ahead and help you out. I'm an early bird. I'm not saying everybody's an early bird because Lord knows that ain't necessarily the case. Maybe you're a late night. Maybe you're a night owl. Okay, maybe you're a night owl. If you can begin to set just 15 minutes, even if you got to start out with 5, let's go by small increments. Okay, that was a part of the motivational Monday. Start out slow. 5 minutes. Dedicate 5 minutes to start in a particular area. Give it your undivided attention for 5 minutes and begin to focus in on that thing, kind of like a sniper. And then begin to increase the time. If you can get all the way up to, hey, half an hour, an hour doing a task, I mean, wow, that's more than what you were doing before. Okay. And when you have that laser focused in on that particular area, then being able to untangle that bundled up mess of clutter is going to be helpful. It's going to be beneficial. So, can you believe it? It's already a 7:58 at night, y'all. And I so appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Let's see what Amanda had to say. Amanda said yes, and we are adding another one to the pack this year. Another one, another area of the house and family to focus on. Are you saying what I think you're telling me, cousin? Am I getting another little cousin? Look, drop it down in there if I am, because oh my gosh, if I am, okay. Because I already get excited to watch my little cousin on Facebook. So I digress. Jumping all around. I know. But what can I say? I'm so excited. Just to be able to know that I have possibly another little cousin coming on. And yeah, I'm thinking. Unless she's just talking about another area of the house. But let's go ahead and focus this in, okay? So to begin to go ahead and declutter. Number one, let's take a look and see where that trauma came in at and begin to address it, because it's time for us to begin to start the process. Working on us, working on our internal, and it is going to reflect in our external. When we have a lot of this going on, a lot of this is going on. And when we're able to go ahead and bring this into alignment, then we're also going to be able to see that being reflected in our homes, whether that can be in our pantry, in our linen closet, okay, in my office. If I'm being honest, in my office, I'm getting there. Y'all saw how I did with the ottoman. I put the new legs on it. She was looking extra cute. So now it's just a matter of going ahead and getting my files and putting them on in where they belong. But this is Jersey Girl. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in with me this week as we went ahead and divulged into part 2 of Clutter and Trauma. And we were talking about organizing. We actually kind of touched on this back in December when we were talking about that vision board, because this kind of flows right on into it, doesn't it? And I thank you guys so much for tuning in with me tonight. I surely do appreciate you all. I hope that you guys will get an opportunity to go ahead and make sure that you pounce on over. Well, I won't say pounce, but yeah, bounce on over to JerseyGirlCozyNiche.com. So that way you guys can begin to see, can't show you the back, but I can definitely show you the front, can I? I should be able to show you the front. Can you see it? This particular domino. And these other dominoes that I actually also made. Now, again, the case is free. But of course, you have your dominoes on the inside. That can be whatever team colors or organization, to include our military as well. Well, of course. Then we also have our bookmarks as well. And you can be able to have these done. And like I said, I'm constantly improving. So right now we have tassels. But don't think that everything is going to stay the same in Jersey Girl Cozy Niche, the store, because it's not. I'm always going ahead and moving along. And yes, thank you so much, cousin. I am getting another cousin. Yay! Congratulations, cousin. I'm so happy. This is wonderful. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. It is the one, the only Jersey Girl, and I appreciate you guys so much for rocking with me tonight. And I look forward to seeing you guys yet again, as always. So you know what that means? That wraps it up for this edition of Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. Thank you guys so much for rocking out with us. Make sure that you hit that bell, the notification bell, so that way you can be notified every single time I go live or upload a new video. Because the YouTube channel is where you get your steak, potatoes, desserts, and drinks, baby.